Section 13.4, augmented triads. So augmented triads are also very closely related to major triads. And in order to construct an augmented triad, what you're going to do is to once again begin with the major triad. So you'll construct the major triad on the same root. But then here you're going to raise the fifth of the chord by a half step, and you'll keep the other notes the same. So one example, let's say you wanted to do an A augmented triad. Well, first things first, you're going to build an A major triad. A major has F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp in its key signature. So an A major triad would be A, C sharp, and E, the first, third, and fifth notes of the A major scale. Now, given that, in order to change it to an augmented triad, you're going to raise the fifth of the chord by one half step. So the fifth of the chord, as you see in the text, and as you see here down below, is currently an E. And to raise it by a half step, you turn it into an E sharp. And that's exactly what you get. You have it over here as well. So let's do a few of these together. Starting with an easy one. You'll notice, by the way, we have uppercase letters with plus signs. That's what indicates you're dealing with an augmented triad. So all of these capital letters with a plus sign. So we have C augmented as our first triad. Well, we're going to build a C major triad first. C major, you should know by now, is C, E, and G. How to turn it into an augmented triad? You raise the fifth by a half step. So a G becomes a G sharp. So pretty easy so far. Let's do the next one. D augmented. Well, D major has two sharps in its key signature, F sharp and C sharp. So a D major triad is going to be D, F sharp, and A. So that's our starting point. Now, to turn it into augmented, we're going to raise the fifth of the chord by a half step. The fifth right now is A. To raise it by a half step, we turn it into A sharp. Let's do this one now at the bottom. B flat augmented. So we're going to start with a B flat. B flat major, you might recall, is just B flat, D, and F. There are only two flats in the key signature. They don't affect the D or the F at all. So B flat, D, and F is our B flat major triad. To turn it into augmented, we need to raise the fifth by a half step. Right now, the fifth is an F. Raise it by a half step. You need to put a sharp in front of it. Now, this is correct. This is totally fine. I realize that at first glance, it may look a little bit wrong, given that you have a flat and a sharp in the same chord, but that's exactly correct. So just follow this method and you will be exactly right. Let's do one more together because this one will illustrate another possibility here. E flat augmented is what we're after. So E flat major's scale has B flat, E flat, and A flat in it. So when we construct, we need to keep those in mind. So E flat, G, and yes, B flat is in that scale. So that's an E flat major triad. How do we turn it into augmented? We raise the fifth by a half step. So right now, the fifth is B flat. If we want to raise it by a half step, we need to turn it into a regular B. So we get rid of that flat sign, and we now just have E flat, G, and regular old B. So that's our answer for an E flat augmented triad. So work out the rest of these, and also please make sure to play these at the piano. You can give yourself the challenge of playing these in treble clef with your right hand and these in bass clef with your left hand. Fingers 5, 3, and 1 from top to bottom, and in your left hand, just the mirror image of that if you want to pay attention to your fingerings.